That's what. Okay.
That's not unconditional love. It's like, yes, I'm always going to be with you even when times get tough or problems come up, but that's not unconditional love. That's just putting effort into the relationship.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
It allows you and your partner to open up to each other emotionally, knowing you'll accept and embrace one another's flaws.
Again, that's not unconditional love. That's just
unconditional love promotes trust in a relationship. Relationship expert April Masani told Eli, when you have it, you feel that you can go the long run together because it allows you to both be your unique selves without fear of rejection. I don't understand their definition of unconditional love right now. Okay.
What they're describing is what we have, is the ability to be yourself completely around someone and not worry about the consequences. But the thing is, the condition in that situation is that you stay who you are.
Yeah.
A lot of people change. A lot of people, put on facades in order to get married or whatever. They'll you hear all these married couples that say, oh, you used to do this for me, you used to do that, you're not who you used to be, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's the condition. They have to stay who they are. If they stop being who they are, if they were just doing all that stuff just to win you over, and it's like, okay, now I got you, now I don't care anymore. It's like, well, they weren't representing who they were. So, what they're describing are two people who actually know each other, having a relationship together and knowing each other completely and being completely comfortable with one another. That way you can do whatever you want. And you don't have to worry about what your partner thinks. To a degree, you worry about what they think, but in that case, you just ask them, hey, what do you think about doing blah, 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 blah. It's not that complicated, but that's not unconditional love. The condition is you have to stay who you are, or you have to grow with your partner. You have to grow with them, not away from them.
What if your partner's love is conditional? How can you spot the signs? If you notice one of the following things, you might want to reevaluate where your relationship stands. 1, they're trying to change you. If you notice your partner is, let me just finish the thing and then we can go. Okay. If you notice your partner is pushing you to change or alter certain things about your lifestyle, they may not fully accept every part of who you are. Someone that is trying to change aspects of you that you weren't planning on changing is trying to model you into a different version of yourself, explains behavioral scientist Clarissa Silva. Whether or not they realize it explicitly, they're unsatisfied with certain things about the status quo of your relationship. This isn't to say that good relationships don't require compromise. They do. And sometimes lifestyle changes may be necessary to help your relationship thrive. For instance, if your partner wants to go out on Friday nights while you prefer to stay in, you may want to alter your plans every other weekend to make you both happy. But if they're trying to change things about you that are important to who you are, say your dreams and aspirations, or your plans for the future, their love might be conditional on you making those changes, and that's only going to lead to resentment down the road. What? You're changing the topic. We went from unconditional now to conditional?
Well, they're saying that's why the love isn't unconditional, because it is conditional. That's
okay,
what they're saying.
Understand.
But again, it's still bullshit because
Sorry.
First of all, I don't think what they're describing is even conditional love. I don't think it's love. If your partner is trying to change who you are that much and all that, they don't love you.
I was like,
they're trying to make you into what they love.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's these women who have like this vision of the ideal partner, which really doesn't exist at all, to tell you the truth. I don't think it does. So they take a person and they start changing them to fit that.
They find someone who's got enough of the qualities they're looking for, and it's like, then I'll get him the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you have bits and pieces, let me change it. And so that's not love at all. That's just you being a bitch.
Yeah, and guys,
Or jerk, whichever.
what they do is they go out, they just want to get laid, and they find this girl who loves to go out, loves to party, and they get her in bed and all that because they just want to get laid. Then they find out she's actually kind of cool. They catch feelings, or she's really good in bed, or whatever, and they want to keep her to themselves. And then they start saying, "Well, you can't go out now. You can't go out." It's like she was going out when when you met her. She likes to party.
Yeah, this whole
you knew you were marrying a party girl.
Yeah, the was it that instance where it's like he wants to go out while you prefer to stay in? It's like, if you want to go out Friday night, that's fine. Just make sure you're safe. Or be like, "Hey, are you going out?" "Yeah, I do." "Okay, are you going with friends?" "Maybe you should do that." Like,
yeah, I mean,
we don't really.
For the record, I think there should be as little compromise as possible. Compromise where you need it. Yes, you are going to need it, but find someone you don't need to compromise that much with. If you don't like going out and they like going out all the time,
that's probably not.
Find someone else. Why is everyone so in a hurry to get into a relationship?
Tom Likas emphasizes that a lot.
Yeah, I was single for years before I met you. I wasn't even worried about it.
I think I was. Oh no, I was in a funky relationship. I don't count them.
Yeah, but and let me put it this way: what they're describing as conditional love, that's just not love. They don't love them. That's why they're trying to change them. They're trying to change them into something they do love.
Yeah.
And what they're describing as unconditional love, that's actually conditional love, because the condition is that they remain who they are and who they represented themselves as. If they put on a facade, that's on them.
Yeah.
Don't blame it on the person who's saying, "Hey, you used to do this and now you don't." That's still conditional love, but that's love, baby.
I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, man, that's just those people. I don't know. Like, I don't like. I call people out as soon as I see things, and so that's how I can beat through those facades pretty quickly because of that.
And here's another thing that they don't consider in here. If you love someone unconditionally, you don't love them for who they are. Because who they are could change, and it wouldn't matter. You still love them anyway. So
that is true.
You can't actually love them for who they are.
Yeah.
Because you have no conditions. You have no standards. Whether I love you no matter what. You could be
I can be a fat person who sits on our couch and eats junk food. You'll love me anyway.
Stop being a scientist, stop doing jujitsu, stop being funny and cute and bubbly and all that, and just sit there and be a sad sack all day. "Oh, I love you." It's like, no, that's a completely different person from who you are. It's like, I love you.
I love you.
For who you are. So if you love someone unconditionally, you don't love them. Nope. You just love being in love or being with someone.
Or the idea
of love. Yeah, you're codependent, and you need to seek help.
Okay. Number 2, you're constantly sacrificing your own needs for theirs. Instead of compromising when arguments come up, you find that they always take the lead in making decisions. If you find yourself acquiescing to your partner's needs most of the time, or defining what you want based on someone else in order to please them, you may be replacing your life's desires in the long run, Silva says. If your partner typically gets their way during disagreements, it's a sign that they aren't ready to put your needs before their own. This might be a sign of conditional love, and it can result in feeling like your opinions and goals don't matter.
That makes sense, but it's the same thing we've been saying. That's just not love. That's one person dominating another, controlling them. And as I've said before, if there's something that you absolutely will not put up with, and they're doing it, the relationship's wrong. You're with the wrong person. That is not controlling them. Now, if you're with someone who's what this doesn't address is that they're picturing someone who is always putting their needs first, always demanding from their partner and all that, and rarely seeing their needs. Well, there's two problems there. There's problems with both people in that relationship, because if you're with someone and they're always putting their needs first, they're not ever fulfilling your needs, and you're always catering to their needs because they demand it or whatever, well, there's something wrong with you too. Why are you with that person? Leave!
Yeah.
Quit trying to make it work. It doesn't work. They are demanding and controlling of you. Get out! See, that's what it doesn't address. There are problems with both people here. One just is so codependent and has to be in a relationship so badly that they'll constantly always put the other one's needs before their own. And the other one is so self-centered and selfish and controlling that they'll never put the other person's needs before their own. So both of them have a problem, but this article only addresses one side of it. Yeah, I mean, that's codependency.
Number 3, they pull back emotionally when things get tough. A relationship is never going to be smooth sailing 100% of the time. And a crucial part of any couple's bond